In the quiet hum of a semiconductor cleanroom, fortunes are made and lost without a sound. A single wafer slips through robotic arms, its microscopic circuits holding the fate of entire industries. The world's most powerful nations are locked in a race for control, not of land or oil, but of something far smaller and harder to see. The question is no longer who owns the machines, but who writes the future with the chips inside them. Somewhere in this web, a single link could change everything. To understand how we got here, you have to look at the map. Not a map of borders, but of supply chains. A hidden world that stretches from California's design labs to Dutch ports to the science parks of Taiwan and South Korea. Chips, or semiconductors, aren't just another product. They're the silent infrastructure behind every smartphone, car, and cloud server. Over decades, the world's most advanced chipmaking has condensed into a handful of companies and countries, each holding a piece of the puzzle. As global trade shifted and digital technology became the backbone of modern life, controlling this supply chain quietly became a form of strategic power. But what exactly is a chip factory? Inside, you won't find assembly lines or sparks flying. Instead, these are some of the cleanest spaces on Earth. Vast white rooms where workers wear full-body suits, and even a stray hair could ruin millions of dollars in product. Silicon wafers, thin as a coin but worth far more, move through machines that etch circuits smaller than a virus. The scale is almost unimaginable. A single advanced fab might cost over $20 billion to build, with new generations demanding even more precision, more secrecy, and more investment. These aren't just factories. They're fortresses of intellectual property and engineering. Every link in this chain is a potential choke point. The most advanced chip-making tools are built by just a handful of companies. Think ASML in the Netherlands, whose lithography machines are so complex, they're sometimes called the most complicated devices ever made. Most of the world's leading-edge chips are manufactured in Taiwan, with South Korea and the United States trailing behind. After fabrication, chips are shipped in temperature-controlled containers to packaging facilities, often in Malaysia or China, where they're prepared for final use. Any disruption, political, natural, or technical, can ripple through the entire system. The result is a global web of dependencies, with each port, factory, and logistics hub representing a possible point of failure. Markets know this, and they react, sometimes violently. When a single earthquake, trade dispute, or shipping delay hits the chip world, you see instant effects on stock charts. Tech and auto companies warn of shortages, prices spike, and investors scramble to revalue entire sectors. The cost of a missing chip isn't just in lost sales, it's in lost momentum, lost innovation, and lost trust. For business and finance leaders, chips are now watched as closely as oil prices or interest rates. The stakes are existential. In the boardrooms of the world's most powerful companies, the mood is cautious, even defensive. Executives study risk matrices and alternative suppliers. Some invest directly in new fabs, betting billions to secure future supply. Others form alliances or lobby governments for support, arguing that chip security is now national security. Every decision is weighed for downside. What happens if the supply dries up, or if a new technology leapfrogs today's leaders? The answers aren't always clear, but the search for resilience shapes every quarterly report. When shortages hit, it's the weakest links that break first. In 2021, when pandemic disruptions collided with surging demand, automakers found themselves parking unfinished cars in lots for months, waiting for a handful of missing chips. Meanwhile, consumer electronics giants paid premium prices to jump the line, while smaller firms simply fell out of the market. The pressure test revealed just how brittle the system had become. Even the most sophisticated logistics, tracked by satellites and managed by AI, couldn't conjure chips out of thin air. The lesson is as old as industry itself. Power follows production. For decades, countries and companies allowed the chip supply chain to become concentrated in just a few hands, chasing efficiency and lower costs. Now, as the world wakes up to the risks, there's a scramble to rebuild capacity at home, whether in Arizona deserts or European science parks. But building a new fab takes years, and the expertise can't be bought overnight. The future will be shaped by those who not only design the next chip, but who can actually make it, ship it, and scale it. If you want to understand tomorrow's power, watch what comes out of the world's chip factories today.